I'm going to start. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mission San Luis Rey. As you probably know, since you're here tonight, this year is the 225th anniversary of Mission San Luis Rey. And so tonight is our first concert of the year in celebration of our big anniversary. So thank you all for coming. I had the opportunity several years ago to hear some of this beautiful flute playing and had that in the back of my mind. Gosh, that's beautiful. And then one day Mel said to me, could we ever play, just a couple of us get together in the concert in the church? And I said, absolutely. And that planted it in his mind, and we grew into this beautiful concert today. So it's so nice to see so many of you here today. It is a true blessing to have these flutists here today. Flautists? So if I could introduce you to our flautists, Faustino Fredericks.
Hi, everybody.
Captain Mel Vernon. Rob Anderson. And Margie Anderson. So enjoy the concert. After the concert, we invite you all to a reception in the courtyard next to the church. So there's a middle door right here to the back. You'll see an exit sign. You can exit there. So we hope you can join us for the reception. So enjoy.
Great to see a great turnout here and with friends, and well, you're all friends, and there's some relatives out there for sure. I'd like to start off tonight's event with Rob giving a Dene blessing, and with Marge, you're going to help out with there. Excellent. So, just a little background. A while back, it was about maybe 8 years, maybe with those 2 COVID years, maybe looking at 8 or 9 years. We used to, Rob and Marge, were at the bakery down here, the San Luis Rey Bakery. We had a flute circle. Maybe some of you remember that we were having, and it was very. It was just really excellent music, and it was really soothing. So, with that in mind, we hope to carry that spirit over here, and from the bakery to the mission. You know. So let's let it begin.
Bob says I should introduce myself. So I want to greet you in a traditional way. I'd say Yad Ed Alkote, Ketui, Tuitugara, Mishin Haitsani, and Aloha, that special way. I'm sharing with my traditional language. My maternal side, my grandmother is White Mountain Apache. Met a relative here earlier. And my grandfather's Yoeme on the maternal side, Yaqui Native. And I'm born for the Native Hawaiian people. My father is from Kumla, Hawaii. And I was born and raised here in the land of the Lasenu people, Kumeyaay, Pai, Juaneño, Dequeño, Capeños. So this land here is sacred to the first people. And I'm honored to be part of this land here in that way. Oh, I'm also married to Rob. I was given to Rob in traditional Dene way. So in the Navajo way, we came as one. So no Western style of, wedding wasn't focused on money. It was focused on traditional and cultural ways. Thank you.
Okay, greetings. Good job there. All right. My name is Rob Anderson. I'm with the Dene Nation. First of all, introduce myself. My first language was the Navajo Nation, and it's education. Hello, my relatives, my relations. She Tudichi in Slon, Kitichi Bashichin, Kapai Dashanale, Tutsoni Dashiche, That's how I'm the people, and my people know my clan in that way. So a lot of sacred ways that were before the beginning of time, before we started speaking English and all these things that came upon us. But I wanted to first of all honor the people of this land that let us be here today, and the beauty of what we're going to share here as relatives, brothers and sisters here who endure our culture and our traditional ways and many teachings that were here long before time. And I'm going to explain a little bit about some of the stuff on the drum is our medicine wheels. We consider it a heartbeat, as we all have a heartbeat. A lot of our songs are by a heartbeat. So there's a medicine wheel that represents, it could be a teepee, it could be an eagle's nest, it could be anything to do with our traditional hogans and our homes that were created in circles of our existence of this morning, this midday, this evening, and into the night. There's 4 times in our days. So this drum represents the east, where the sunrise comes up, and it also represents the south and the west and the north. It always goes clockwise, like spring, summer, fall, and winter. Along that is our thinking, our mental, our emotions, our physical, and our spiritual side of us. Those are all a given. They were here long. We're all gifted with those. Among this, coming into this earth, and we started walking, was through our mothers. We all came from a mother. As water was related to us, and today she started having contractions, the water was related already, and it was time for you to come out to take your first breath of life, and you start living life. And air was gifted to us, very sacred. And among that is the spirit of water with the fire that was your first sunrise. And you started, we all have a birthday. As we're all one people here, we all have a birthday from a mother. So those 4 elements got us here and will always be with us as we are the human being, the human race, and we honor it for what it is, because it's the first teachings of ceremonies. And then we go on to many other spiritual ceremonies. As women becomes a lady, there's puberty ceremonies, there's on the warrior ceremonies, so many teachings that were taught long before time. So among these medicine wheel colors, there's the yellow that represents the spring, the red that represents the hot summer, and the black that represents black fall, and white for winter. They also represent the walks of life on this earth. Everyone under the yellow sun, the red man, the black man, and the white man. So those are our first teachings, to know that we are just wearing earth suits. Some of us are darker, some of us are lighter. And we all going back to this Mother Earth one day, as we'll take our last breath again, our last sunrise. And we go back to another mother, wherever they put us in our bodies, so much water, percent mass, and we go back to the earth again. So we go back to a mother at the end of our time. So just knowing this natural order and the natural laws, we keep life simple and be grateful for each sunrise and each day we get to give. So I'm going to say a little prayer about sunrise prayer. So in my language, we call it upon Hayoshkash, is the early morning. We greet it every morning because it's a new day each day, and it's called the dawn. So we say our sunrise prayers with corn pollen, as I have my medicine pouch. We had corn pollen pouches. We put little at the tip of our tongue, watch what we say among the people and how we talk to each other. Watch what I think, put a little bit on my head, and watch what I sprinkle more for a good day, and more corn to come, and anything to do with living a good day again. So it's how simple things were. As we come to this church, we have been introduced to many other blessings. As the Franciscans came to us, and we were taught those ways too. And they're all one thing. They're all teachings of a beautiful life. And today we honor it today. So I want to thank the church for having us and all who are come here in prayers and you unify with this place in the San Luis Rey Mission. We honor it in a very special way because my brother Mel here, he honors us to be here. So we're going to share what he has helped us recreate because he saw something in us at one point in time. We come back and give back to the community. So I'll give this to a little sunrise prayer. Upon our Creator for us to come out in the way He would want it to be tonight. So we always use flutes for spirit callers. We call upon the Creator to be with you, that you take something with you when you leave it. We bring healing to you whatever way you're going through, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. We bring our medicine here for you to feel this blessing that was gifted to us long before time. So when we play this drum, it's our heartbeats to you to become one with that one sunrise today. It belongs to us all as we go forward in our lives. Ha!
brother came up and he recognized this flute, and this flute is made by Brett Haynes. It's made out of the cedar, reclaimed cedar. So he didn't Brett didn't cut down the tree. He has a permission certification to go and collect the reclaimed wood. Let's see, I've had this probably about a good 10 years. No, I say, no, 8 years, yeah, because we got this when we were doing the flute circle. We were there at San Luis Rey Bakery, at the bakery. I like going to the bakery because it's got a lot of good stuff there. And good people too, I should say. But yeah, I like the goodies there in the case there. Anyway, this is to commemorate one of our anniversaries, you know, and when the days we come together as a man and a woman in the traditional way that I was given to my husband in the ceremony. So there's a lot of practice meetings, you know, kind of like here in church, you know, that there's meetings to get things done. And so we had to do a lot of meetings with family and relatives, and then they said, okay, now go on your honeymoon. We're like, what's that? No. So we chose to go to Yosemite and see all the beautiful forest there. And this is, you know, somehow I met Brett. I don't recall. I think it was at like one of those flute places, you know, when people come together and play flutes. And then I saw these flutes that he makes, and I chose this one. It's got we called this the bird, but this is actually a bear on here, and it's a lower tone. So I'm going to take my time playing this for you. I said cedar, yes. And then we did some beadwork, a little hummingbird here to. It's part of the medicine. Mm-hmm. Can you hear that? Low, I don't know, tone. You can close your eyes and listen. We usually close our eyes and play the flute because it's healing. Mm-hmm. Should I try this? Okay. I don't know, somehow it sounds better without the reverb. So.
Thank you, dear. Native American flutes most of them are made in a pentatonic scale. They can go up and down. They're not too hard to play. Just comes from your thoughts. So a little demonstration on bringing harmony for yourself. If you choose to ever try one, it's not that complicated. Just like we all play with flutes, and as we were kids. We were all giving a rattle, we were crying, here, play with this, Kind of just as simple as that. But, I'll demonstrate a little up and down scale on these flutes are just. You can play just those covering without a fuzz. If it's fuzzing, then it sounds like you are not covering one hole properly. So there's some demonstrations of how to play it through a mirror. You can look at yourself in a mirror if you choose to ever get one. So, and then you learn the in-betweens after that. So it's not rocket science, it just comes from your heart, So. Okay, thank you. I'll catch my breath and pass it on to my colleagues here.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Margie. 2-1. I apologize for the buzz that's in our speaker system. I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's coming from the electricity, right? Anyway, keeping it light and keeping it wonderful. You can tell that the native flute, for what it is, it resonates with yourself. And Rob was mentioning that, it is played from the heart. And I haven't been playing the flute that long. That's compared to the people that have, got my back. My songs are going to be a lot shorter for reasons. And this flute that I'm holding here is a branch flute. It was made by a local flute maker called John, whose name is John Sherman. And this flute specifically comes from a tree that my great-grandmother was born under up there in the Maroon Hayes Adobe. And it's around 1860 when she was born. Labrada Garcia. And it was her, they had Labrada Garcia married John Gittins and Paula, and they had about 7 children. One of those children was my grandmother. Molly, who was my father's mother. And so the tree was a pepper tree, and they were taking down the invasive plants there in Buena Vista Creek. And somehow that tree lasted 100 and some years, but they said they didn't do anything to it, but it's hard for me to imagine that, they were around the same time. So the tree was pretty much gone. So John and I went over there and tripped off and took a branch, and we made this flute, and that's why it's unique to me. And I wish I had more time to practice, but that's what we're here for. I love that kind audience you are. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Faustino Fredericks, who brought about, looks like 30 flutes, but he's got more at home. Come on up, Faustino. Faustino happens to have the same name as my great-grandfather, so Faustino and I connected right off. I think we met at a powwow in Paula.
We did.
There you go.
That was 13 years ago. Hi, I'm Faustino. This is actually a cedar flute, just been painted white. So, see if I can make it do something. Thank you. Okay, this next song is called, I like to call it Lonely Tears, so hopefully it's not going to make you cry.
That was Faustino's cell phone. We're going to have to start over. Get back to that Zen feeling. All right, we're going to pass it back to Marge and Rob.
That was like perfect timing, Faustino. Okay, so this little flute here, it's a high spirit flute. It's a G, and this is my first gift from Rob when we first met. So he gave me this. We call it the pony because it looks like a pony's white sock here in the front. But this is the one he said, stand in front of the mirror. So when he was sharing with you, that's kind of like how I was learning how to play this Native American flute. So I wasn't born and then I started playing the flute, you know. But I did play a concert flute in high school, junior high school and high school, and I really liked that Honda flute, you know. It was my favorite thing. So I think because it was silver. I like that. And I would go, is this real silver? You know, no one would answer me. It was just a shiny thing, yeah. But I really enjoyed that flute. So I'll go ahead and share this song with you. And you know, anyone can play a flute in here. So you know, we're playing up here, but this is something you can actually do. And what I've experienced in playing a flute is like, sometimes I'm a little anxious, or a lot. Then I grab the flute and I play it. And as you take deep breaths in, and you're letting it out through the music. And it really soothes the soul. When I first came into the church here, I was like, I feel so calm. Thank you, church. Thank you, God. You know, I want to say that because it's part of the life here, part of the land. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Okay, another good job. How's everybody feeling? Okay, okay. as I explained from the beginning of time, we're gifted with air. Air was how these flutes are played is the breath of life. And we're taught when we said those corn pollen prayers that, watch what we say, think, and do on a daily basis. And that's kind of where that was coming from, as this breath of life we've been all gifted with is, it could be abusive, it could be a happy teaching, we all have those emotions. We have mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. So as human beings, we find ourselves healing from our ways, and we have many human doings that we do, and we're always healing from something. We might have had a altercation with a relative or something, but we see how we can think things over again, and that's the healing of each day. We got a brand new day tomorrow, So I like to share a little two-spirit flute. It's a drone flute that has two sides to it, and kind of we honor our relatives that have two spirits. We call them in the English way, they would say the LGBT community, they have two spirits, and we're always honored to know that that's part of our people, and to honor them because they do things that others can't do, or they can do things that a mother can do, and they could be the opposite, a male, So we always honored them in our early times, and knowing that those exist among our people. And a lot of those things get turned around to where, we're taught negative spirits about them, and that they're not, and just some teachings that we hear today that, it's a natural order already. This person is the way they are, and this flute, we honor them that way, so it's got two spirits. So just think of someone or maybe something that you feel about yourself of understanding these things, Take it today for an understanding. It is the natural order that's been here long before time. Long before they were the Western labels, we call them the Western labels. They're just human beings just like us, so we'll honor them today.
The flute is so soothing that sometimes when it's hard to go to sleep, you go on YouTube and you put on Native Flute, and you can have a black screen. And I end up listening to the flute. I can't go to sleep. Or they have the ocean. I like the rain with thunder. I mean, really? Does anybody use that to go to sleep? All right, both of you. Okay. So it's getting down to the wire. So I thought we'd add a little background to this flute. And the rain stick and the drum and the shaker. Faustino, you can play your cell phone. So this might be short because we're getting down the wire, but it's just, it's a wonderful event we had here. I'm thinking Night of the Flutes. We'll put it, next year, we'll put it on the calendar. Dial it up. Thank you. We got time for about 50 more songs, 50 more songs. We got time for about a 2-minute or 3-minute song. And where we're going to go for the Jello and Kool-Aid,
Jello and Kool-Aid. No.
shrimp, lobster, right to Agapito Court? All right. Now this time I'm going to head out there. I'm not going to pack up first. You know, last time I missed the chicken. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to close out with this little tiny clay flute. Clays were very important. We made many of our utensils out of clay. So these are clay, or we're honoring the earth too, for long before silverwares and all that. We had our first clay pots and potteries and handmade stuff. So to honor this tiny flute was based on the clay.
I made a request to Faustino to play his low flute. If you were here last time, it was that low sounding flute to be a good send-off. I'd like to thank Rob and Marge and Faustino for being here, and San Luis Rey Mission for allowing this to happen. So we'll see you out in Agapito Court following. Thank you.
The longer flute, the lower the tone. And additionally, this is tuned to a ancestral Pueblo scale. So it's different than the regular scales we've been listening to tonight. Always got to find the fingers. Thank you.
Well, thank you all for being here. Gwyn, would you like to share a few words?
Just a few words. I know you're all hungry. Thank you again. That just is, it just touches your soul, and so I'm happy that you're all here to share and experience this. And thank you again to Rob and Margie and Faustino and Mel.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you all for coming. And hello, Miyam in Luiseño is hello to all of you. And thank you for having us at this type of setting. Thank you.